Tonight, the first concrete signs a historic summit between President Trump and Kim Jong Un could really happen.
We will be doing everything possible to make it a worldwide success, not just for the United States or South Korea or North Korea or Japan, but for the entire world.
The president sharing new details about CIA Director Mike Pompeo's secret Easter weekend face-to-face with the North Korean dictator.
He just left North Korea, had a great meeting with Kim Jong Un, and got along with him really well, really great.
The president earlier confirming the trip on Twitter, stating definitively what success would look like. Denuclearization will be a great thing for the world, but also for North Korea. The planning earning praise even among some of the president's fiercest critics.
I think it is good news for diplomacy. It's much better than the footing we were on before, where we had the President of the United States and the Supreme Leader comparing the size of our nuclear buttons.
For President Trump, it's a giant gamble. If it leads North Korea to dismantle its nuclear weapons, it would be a global game changer. If it fails, the president will have elevated a nuclear-armed authoritarian with nothing to show for it.
When you bring the president into a diplomatic negotiation, it should be as a closer. In this case, he's being brought in the beginning when we don't know how many issues there are and whether we can reach agreement on any of them.
What did you learn from your conversations with Kim Jong Un?
I'm just here today, working.
Pompeo making the rounds on Capitol Hill today. His confirmation as Secretary of State far from guaranteed, despite being one of the president's most trusted confidants.
Still unclear tonight where that summit will be held. President Trump has insisted it's now down to 5 locations. And tonight, U.S. officials, multiple officials, tell NBC News, among the frontrunners, Sweden, Switzerland, and Singapore.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.